Hello everybody, Glitch Reaper here again, aka whenever I Isaac in this configuration. I know I like to say it like that. Yeah, I've had an interesting run with Azazel that I'm doing, but it was to... Oh yeah, the corpse is gone. The grand golden corpse statue is gone. So, yeah, well, you know this means Ultra Greed has been defeated, and I've unlocked Lilith. Interesting thing, if you reload the game after you've defeated Ultra Greed to show something off like this, the doors will disappear. It's because they're technically part of Ultra Greed. Kind of like how the doors are technically part of Mom and the Mom fight. So, yeah. So if they're gone, then the doors are gone. So, you are completely sealed in. Unless, of course, I had the full card still, but I do not, because I used that up way early in this run. And it was an interesting run. I actually wound up with no money left to add to the machine, so I'm still at 149. So, but because I had this guy helping me out, I was able to rock on and do a few grand finales with Power of Time Stop. So, yeah, it was interesting. But the big news is simply I defeated Ultra Greed again. But I did it as Azazel, so I've unlocked Lilith. Previously in the run, I also unlocked Loki's horns because there was like this huge wave of nothing but Loki. And you have to defeat Loki for the first time to get that. It was like one of the so-called nightmare rounds. And to be perfectly fair, that one was pretty close to being called that because there was a ton of them. Oh my gosh, it was ridiculous. And interesting note about Greed Mode, certain things will be present in Greed Mode whether or not you have them unlocked for the main path. So I defeated Krampus because he showed up, so I unlocked Head of Krampus despite not having Krampus even unlocked for the main path yet, which is hilarious. So, yeah. And the big thing is Lilith. And here's where we're going with Lilith in a moment. And just zipping by here because I might do that ending later with Lilith. So, yeah. You know, since you got to see the seed for a moment, even though they don't really entirely matter, because the thing about doing a seeded run is they don't let you have most seeded runs don't let you have achievements except very particular ones. But I'm going to just go ahead and show what I have as active mods right now. So you can just kind of pause the video a few moments to really look through the list. I'm just going to kind of casually zip through it. And yeah, I think one of these is an API and one of these is the actual mod because I only downloaded it once, or subscribed to it once, and I got 2 copies. So I'm wondering how that works. I think one's basically an API, but it doesn't list it as such, like it doesn't actually have API in the name. So yeah, so this is kind of my active mods I had as of that time. And I can always show off some more over time, and maybe even eventually have them all up in my full pack design. But I was trying to do things where I had it kind of more manageable, especially since I was doing Greed Mode runs and some things where a lot of the mods wouldn't really matter. But the big thing is, I unlocked the power of Lilith. And Lilith is very interesting. She's blindfolded, yet not, because her Incubus fights for her. Also, it has Cambion Conception listed, but I haven't really unlocked it yet. When I do, she'll start with it. And this also may bring me up to a certain kind of house rule that I'd like to do more of. I haven't actually done it yet, and particularly not in this particular file yet. But let's enter a Lilith run, straight up. Like, not even worrying about Cambion Conception, because I'm just going to go Lilith and see how it goes. Ooh, box of stuff, which is very handy in Greed Mode. Like, seriously, it is. Oh, that's actually kind of a good one. Temperance, maybe. Thank you for the immediate access to... Gotta admit, I haven't done a soy milk run yet on this. And this is gonna get ridiculous with her ability, so to speak. I mean, this could be just a quick end and a try again, but we'll see. I mean, soy milk isn't really that bad because you can actually get serious knockback off of it. Because you will hit them so fast, you'll just push them back. So I'm just giving a quick preview of my shop. And now, let's see if anything can even evade this machine gun style. Especially when it's double machine gun style. Yeah, just constant, absolute barrage. Nothing can evade this, because there's just too many shots. Ah, couldn't evade him though. Uh-oh. Oh, okay, that deceived me. I thought it was going to fully crash, but it did not. That made it worse, actually. Because I thought it was going to be a crash, and then I went right into it. Soy milk can also make things very laggy sometimes. And sometimes it makes it laggy the good way, and sometimes it's the bad way. Because if it's laggy enough, you can kind of thread the eye of the needle easier. You just kind of push through. Ignore those guys. They literally do nothing. Except slightly annoying. It's not even a major annoyance. You can just dance around these guys most of the time. They don't deal any actual harm. They're just there to attempt to block shots for enemies. A good portion of the time, they don't even really do that. Photo. Photo. Yeah, you gotta be like the Matador here. Wasn't even enough for the next charge. Oh man, you bumped me into it? I hate it when that happens. I really do. Because either they should remove the cost of that other than the, I mean, really, I wouldn't mind if the button just was never interactable, except whenever you're starting off the final two, like the final boss waves. You know, where you're doing like the boss fight and the super boss fight. Like, just don't even have it interruptible, because I won't even bother. I just don't want it to be there. Because it's just an obstruction to me. So to me, the button's presence is just an annoyance. Like, seriously, I don't care that there's even a way of stopping the waves unless I say so. I don't even want it there. So button, just go away. Okay, reposition. Just the old Duke of Flies. They literally can't get to me. Just hilarious. Just rain destruction upon them. Just dancing around. Garden hose. Oh wait, that's more sprinkler. I'm a sprinkler. There is an item called sprinkler, and yet I am better than the sprinkler. Just pop over here. Yeah, you know you want to be in on this. You cannot evade. All you can do is run. I love how Lilith just horribly breaks so many things. It's not just greed mode. It's the curtain of death. You cannot evade this. Okay, charging up a bit. Wow. Yeah, the funny thing is the strategy is actually better against bosses than it is against small enemies. But yeah, I mean, Lilith has great unlocks, so it's good to do this. Although I think the first thing she unlocks in greed mode for defeating Ultra Greed is just like allowing others to use her box, which is a great item. The box of friends. I mean, you could see the effect. It gives you an extra copy of every familiar you have every time you use it. And it just makes for giant barrage attacks in anything wave format. Yeah, face me down. The power of the ultimate multi-machine gun attack. Get barraged. Come on, guys, over here. Just nailing one, hit the other one. Always funny. Ah, got stuck on an obstacle. But yeah, I mean, this whole thing about, and just talking about the fact that Lilith has good unlocks really brings up to the idea of, should you really unlock everything in the game? My opinion is not really. Or at least not unless you also get the other things that are good. There's some items just like, well, is it your style? Is it something that you're actually going to use in the game? And that's sort of the big question. But Lilith is like all good unlocks. And yeah, we have Invisible Door Syndrome again. Hi, Leech. You're one of the things that she'll eventually get as part of one of her unlocks as Cambion Conception. Okay, do I want to bomb the statue for... maybe not this time. I can. I have that mod. It's a good mod. This one could be wicked. Especially with this configuration. At the same time, kinda like to, reroll, please. Usually better pills. Tears is already insane. Just in case. Temperance not really necessary, but I can, however, see if I can get that buddy in a box. Okay. Interesting. Always interesting. But I really wished I could have got that buddy in the box. Oh well. Well, then again, I guess this is one of the few times this is worth it. No, it's not. because you're not the blood donation machine. Okay, never mind. That was just a wash. Wise, you know you're just here for support. But yeah, I mean, there's certain items I'm not going to bother unlocking unless I hit unlock all on this file. Because they're just not really worth it. And they're not even on the path of something good. Like, sure, the Lost has a bad unlock in Isaac's Heart, which isn't really too bad either. It's just, it's only really useful in very particular situations. Which again makes it not really that good. Because you have to going, well, are you going to actually have it whenever you can actually exploit it? The answer is probably no. A lump of coal would be very devastating with this. But I'm definitely going to get that much and more, so I'm going to take this, see what my loot is this time, and get lump of coal later. Oh. Oh! Remember me saying machine gun style has knockback? Well, this specifically increases your knockback too. So, yeah, this is going to be just hilariously devastating. Oh, this is going to be super fun. Okay, I got this thing from there. Nothing like having dual barrels of this machine gun. This hilarious rate of fire. Get swept. Best thing is, enemies that have the ability to reduce damage based on singular hard hits don't work well against extremely rapid shots. So armor, the way it works in the game, doesn't really help against this. At least not very well. So I can just absolutely rain destruction on the enemies with rapid fire shots. An interesting thing about how to play Lilith is you can actually use the offset to your advantage. There's basically just move around while just repositioning your shooters. I mean, sure, you might think that might make you take more hits, and it might, but at the same time, it can also make you more evasive, because they shoot along very particular lines sometimes, often at very particular angles. And if you can shoot away from that, then they won't be able to hit you very effectively. But back to the idea of good unlocks and bad unlocks. Because The Lost has a really great unlock with Godhead, where you basically get most of his other unlocks done. Or, well, pretty much all. But you have to go through getting Isaac's Heart, and that's the one where it's like, this may or may not ever really be useful, except in very niche circumstances. So it's like, well, do you bother? Well, of course, because it leads to Godhead. But some things are just, like, not really good unlocks. Like, sure, with the Lost, hard mode doesn't really matter compared to normal, because it's pretty much the same. Like, all the things that make hard mode not really as rewarding for the effort is not really a difference to the Lost. Because normally with hard mode, it's like you have less health or less health drops and more champions without having the additional rewards to compensate for it. But with the Lost, he treats them all the same anyhow, so you might as well just go hard mode for pretty much everything. Although it's also best to do it only after doing a lot of greed mode, because you need his special upgrade of getting Holy Mantle off the bat. Otherwise, you might as well just keep resetting until you get Holy Mantle as your first treasure room right next to you. That's like the old strategy with the Lost, and then it's like, well, if that's the only way the Lost really works anyhow, we're just going to have that be an improvement. though you still have to work for it. And that's where a lot of donations in green mode comes into. Yeah, you need that. Snack would be nice, but I don't have the extra money for it right now. This is devastating though, because the more range I get, or the greater range I hit from, the more heavier it hits. What allowed me to retributively strike with that? I don't have an item that does that, do I? Oh wait, that was the special heart. Best part of this knockback is it kind of presses them into even more damage with now this guy could be slightly annoying this way. Slightly. But yeah, again, at least Isaac's Heart's on the path to a good item. One that you can actually use, because Godhead, I mean, it grants so many good things. It makes your tiers have a holy aura of destruction around them, and they have homing. It also allows your, I think it also allows your bombs to have the homing attribute as well. So you don't necessarily have to get Bobby Bombed as well to get that. It's just automatically kind of, it's like an automatic bonus. It's like your bombs also have homing. Ah, that hurt. Yeah, lump of coal's like damage per extra damage with distance thing is always good with rapid fire. I don't know if it adds like a flat bonus per distance or what, but it always works out beautifully with rapid fire. So soy milk is gorgeous with this item. As I said before, sometimes lag helps you thread the eye of the needle faster, or better. You just push through the lag and know that you're able to move with much more precision because everything's slowed down. So you can abuse lag. It's something most people don't even know the art of how to do. It's kind of like I know some other things most people just don't know the art of how to do anymore. Because sometimes you have a truly lost art. Like cursive writing, it's just about gone. You realize that? Like, I'm in that generation where we actually learned how to do that. And again, even if I had a bomb, I don't know if I'd bomb. I mean, those are good items, but I have to be kind of careful of my health, because I shouldn't start with as much permanent health. But do I want a snack? I might check out what's in my next shop. Yeah, I'm going for my next shop. So let's do this. I love these humongous barrages you can do with Lilith. Especially in this mode. Ooh. I found pills, which does nothing.
I found pills.
That is literally the absolute dud. Because it literally has no positive or negative effect whatsoever. Excuse me? Nom? Do I take the scatter bombs? Yeah, I'm taking scatter bombs. Because scatter bombs. That can deal a lot of damage with a lot of things. Death, which is nice. What is this from? Philosopher's Stone. Aurum. Does this do what I think it does? Is it basically like a reroll? I mean, it looks like it had the look of a card, but it looks like a rune in your hand. So let me try to see what this does. It doesn't... It's not an additional reroll that way. So I'm not entirely sure. Did it do anything that I didn't notice? Because you saw my active mods. I don't think I got the community, like the Epic community mod on right now. And it's been adding so much stuff lately, I think I would have lost track, so that's a fair point. Is it there or not? And do I want to reroll? So I want to be a little more careful with my reroll with this. I mean, I could get that and get... Oh, that would be beautiful. I mean, I might be throwing the round, but, okay. I mean, again, as long as I get some good unlocks, I'm okay. Wait. Ah. Let me evade that one. But yeah, again, some things are just on a good path. But, like, missing no, I don't think is really worthy. I mean, only if I was, like, purposely adding, like, tons of items every floor somehow. Then it would just be good for a fun thing to do. Almost like Minecraft and Lucky Blocks. It's just doing it for fun. No real concern for game balance, just doing it for fun. That's not a serious item. That is a joke item. Oh, come on. You came at the perfect angle to do that. This is why I'm being a little cautious about my permanent health right now. Well, I usually am anyhow, but you know what I mean. But yeah, usually, I mean, this early on, I'm okay with just getting unlocks done, even if I'm not actually fully succeeding on something. So I might just do that. I might just go for, like, the super achievement, because it's not even really having an unlock behind it, but a super achievement, like one that's so rare that it, like, you almost never see it. Oh, hi Super Wrath. Yeah, the knockback is so great, I can push back his bombs just beautifully like this. Even whenever they're Mega Troll bombs. Watch this guy just get melted by the machine gun strike. Or the multi-barrage. And this is the firing solution that the Navy would love to have. Oh, come on. I've dodged this guy normally, but this time he manages to actually get a hit on me. Usually by the time I encounter him, I'm at Road Roller status. Of course, I'm kind of there, and I still got hit. Okay, maybe he's just on his game. Like, this is like his day to actually be able to do anything with it. Okay, charge now. I'm in a good corner. Get melted. I know I'm damaged, but it's the perfect time to do this. Absolute quad destruction. You cannot get past me. But I ran into that because I'm used to other things. Thanks for the hit. Or, I mean, that's what you're good for. Yeah, I'm aware of the song. The fact that he is actually good for something just made that happen. Or, what is it good for? Apparently hitting the other guy. You can't even move against this. I got too much knockback. Get crushed, War. The Fool or Emergency Contact might be nice. Oh, I could have used the Death card. I probably need to use that for a sweep at some point. I've got a good amount of money though, so let's see what I can do. Because this is extremely risky, trying to get this super unlocked. So what I need to do... Actually, first of all, I might want to... Okay, that double hit the wrong way. I do need to kind of get that into range. Aw, man. Oh, it didn't hit it. Oh, wait, that's right. I don't actually have the other coin I needed. Problem. Especially when I needed to do that. Really needed the halo. Really needed the halo. But it's not happening. Yeah, I could try to do something a bit off. Let's just see if I can do something weird. Because I'm gonna try to do special achievement in a very weird way. So let's see if this works. So I need to go this way, I need to have this. This preview, if I got a substitute for other things, because I've only got a little bit left. So I'm probably not going to be able to really make it. But I can go pretty far. Although this could really help out. If I'm lucky. No. No placenta. Lunch. Yes, please. Matchbook? Maybe. We'll see about that. It does spawn some bombs. I do need to blow up some other stuff, so maybe. But let's see if I can blast enough rounds to... Ooh! Earn the Necronomicon. Yeah, that's an unlock, so therefore I have one. Red Ghost. have enough range? Oh yeah, I got enough range. Being at the edge of your range is always the best this way. Oh no. Oh, it did that thing again where it just kind of lagged, but then it powered through. Speaking of powering through, I might just be able to make it all the way to my super unlock. Well, not super unlock, super achievement. It's something so rare to be able to pull this off. It's easier with Lilith. There's other strategies you can use to get a Super Meat Boy all the way leveled up, but it is much more likely to do it with Lilith because of her ability to do this. Just because the rule is, normally it gives you an extra of whatever familiars you got, but in this case it also levels up your cube of meat or ball of bandages, and you get like the next highest thing, and if you get like all 4 levels, you get a super achievement. It's like one that's like super rare. So just getting the opportunity to have that, I'm going, yeah, I'm going for it. Unfortunately, it might cost me the run because I could theoretically have gotten another item. But I have such powerful friends right now, I might as well just keep continuing. Oh, that one materialized right on top of me. I had like no way to dodge that. Oh. How did you show up? Do I actually have Cambion Conception now? I thought that I had to unlock it first. Oh, that's beautiful. I really thought that I had to unlock it for myself first, not just everybody. Because there are unlocks that's like, well, the character has it, but you just need to have the unlock so that other characters can have it. So, the only way that I could possibly have gotten this one is if I had Cambion Conception, and that's how I got this familiar. So, she does actually have it. Oh, okay. Skolex can be annoying because of his weak point is his tail, kind of like classic Zelda, ha ha ha. But he's harder to hit it. Oh, could not dodge that. Oh well. I got the super achievement though. I got the super achievement. That's what matters here, because that is so rare. I usually break read mode like super heavily with Lilith, but I wanted to do it. I really wanted to get that Super Meat Boy achievement. So there's my tribute to Ed, even though it cost me in the end. Because you do have to trade health for that. And anytime you trade health, that's usually a bad idea. I mean, there's a few things that are worthy. A few things. And that was a worthy opportunity. Okay, so it does list it as one of my items. So it, I guess maybe there was a patch that fixed that, but for a while it wasn't really registering. But anyhow, the thing is that there's, it's kind of like why I'm not really as big on devil deals, is there's only a few things I think are actually worthy, and sometimes I even have to give that up because I know that I need to hold on and be more defensive. But, I mean, I could have found a few things that were worthy enough for her, but at least I got pretty good way in to get that Super Meat Boy achievement, because that is again stupendously rare. And I also got Necronomicon unlocked. You just need to use death cards enough. I could have sworn I unlocked that earlier, but I guess I didn't. I guess maybe I just thought I did. Because, well, this is what happens when you have more than one file you're actually working with. So, yeah. Anyhow, I'll, oh, goodbye, Quiet Life. That is a JoJo's reference, in a way. Well, in a way. But, anyhow. And so it's the stray cat thing. It does alter the ending a bit if you get knocked out in a run. Well, I'll have to start up another streak at some point. Or again, because I did in fact really actually pull it off, I probably should just grab the achievement at some point. I don't know when I'm actually going to do that, but there'll be a time, unless I just happen to be able to get it to fully count. But I'm not entirely sure if it ever will. It should be able to count a streak of 5 counting modded characters, but I don't know. Eventually we'll see. Because that's one thing I am going towards is the Five Nights at Mom's. Because I did that on my other file straight up. But, like, before I even really started doing mods in the game. So again, that may also be why I didn't know it would work on modded characters or not. So, yeah. But this was Azazel and then Lilith, so we'll see. I'll do something else. Maybe a modded character run, maybe a challenge, maybe another character run to do something else. But at least now I know that she actually does start with Cameo Conception, and she's only really unlocking it for others. Kind of like if I had defeated Ultra Greed this time, I would have unlocked the Box of Friends for everybody else. So she's got a couple things she starts with that way. And the other thing I was thinking about, like countering power creep in the game with a house rule, is that personally I think that characters should be able to start with the things they unlock. Now, there's some things that are contradictory, like they can't have more than one activated item, and some of them get, like, activated items, mostly. And some of them unlock trinkets, which also have their own special slot that you have to kind of choose, usually. In that case, you just kind of choose at the beginning of the run which way you had it. And it's kind of an idea of a house rule. Sorry, couldn't react to that cough in time. But anyhow, as I was saying, what do you think about that house rule of characters kind of gradually getting better, more RPG-ish? Where they unlock something and it actually means something, rather than just waiting for it to be randomly there? Or where you get another character's style because you got something that they normally have. But, you know, making the characters kind of matter a bit more with their unlocks, you know? Again, there's some things that might not be entirely worthy. Like, I really think they should buff Cain in one very particular aspect. One of his unlocks, Abel. Abel is not really useful unless it were stronger. Like, I'd want it to be almost like Incubus is, only mirroring your movements, which is what it does already, but doesn't have any kind of scaling damage or abilities. So I'd want it to mirror your movements, but then also be better, like a mirrored version of you. That way you would really have and be feeling the whole Cain and Abel thing. If you was playing as Cain and you had Abel, then it would really feel a bit more like Cain and Abel. So that would be kind of an awesome idea. But we'll see what they do for Repentance, because that's going to be a ways off. So might as well kind of show or tell a bit of the news. But it's as of the time that I'm doing this, we won't actually be seeing Repentance until at least summer of 2020. So if you're watching this after 2020, I guess that's irrelevant. Unless something really, really, really wild went happen and they got some uber delay because they were adding something fantastic. But that is at least possible. So either way, we'll see how... at least I'll find out what happens at Repentance to see if they finally buff a few things. They've said they're going to be rebalancing. I'd say more buffs would be nice. I mean, there's some things that they might nerf a bit, which could actually be a little annoying. But, again, there's compensation. I mean, we have the API, we have the ability to do codes and pretty much play as we'd like. Not necessarily going to just the mold of the game. So, at the same time, does it really matter if they lower something below the point that you like it? Not really. Because there are ways of putting stuff into the game. I haven't really done that very much, at least not on this file. But I've done it before, and it can be really fun to kind of have an engineered run, where you're doing things on a theme rather than just what the game randomly throws at you. And just the idea of characters starting with their unlocks is pretty much up that, you know? And it's something I might get into later, but again, if they nerf characters too strongly, you can always make them stronger. Play them a bit more fun that way. But it's just something where it's this weird thing between game devs and players, because players usually... Well, it depends on the player. Some players want things to be out to kill them, which is funny and very, very, like, masochistic. I don't know. I don't know why some players want to get killed in various ways. And some people like things more fun, where they can just get these fantastically beautiful runs, where it's easier to not just so much road roller, but to do it in an awfully cool looking way. You know? Like, I could have had that with Lilith, but I just didn't have as much opportunity in some ways, because I had opportunities in others. Because I really wanted to do that unlock, and that cost me a bit of health. So, That really was about to make a difference, because I was about to power through that, and then that last bit knocked me out. So, it was just, if I'd had just a little bit more, I could have tanked that. So, and that's a totally other issue, of course, but you know what I mean. Like, the combo I had was beautiful. I had, like, tons and tons of shots. Like, it was like a barrage that the military forces would absolutely enjoy to have. Like we're talking like the guns of like an entire squadron just going, like we're just machining you gun, like we're just machining you out, like, or we're Gatling you out. So yeah, so it looked really cool. It was an awesome combination. So it's like that's a very fun aspect of the game, but for some weird reason, sometimes devs don't necessarily want that to happen very frequently. I mean, sure, it's an idea, but what if you're kind of going at a different rate? Like, I'm primarily going to actually be showing this on camera once a week or so. Maybe, or not more often if I feel like it. But for me, Sunday gets me in the mood. So, yeah. And it's kind of just a bit of a riff on things. But for now, I guess I'll be bidding you all adieu for a while, so I'll be signing off for now. I do hope to hear from you all later, so bye for now, everybody.